Welcome to the Wealth and Love Blueprint, where love meets logic and money reveals the truth.
All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about one of the biggest, most overlooked threats to your entire financial future. And no, it's not the stock market. It's not a bad business deal. It's something way more personal: the hidden financial cost of relationship red flags. You know, we hear this our whole lives, right? That love is this unstoppable force that can overcome absolutely any obstacle. And look, it's a beautiful thought. It's the plot of basically every movie and song. We're kind of hardwired to want to believe in it. But what if that very idea is your biggest blind spot? What if, while you're busy trying to make love conquer all, you're completely missing the warning signs that are quietly draining your bank account, your ambition, and your mental energy? See, the right partner can help you build an empire, but the wrong one, well, the wrong one becomes your single most expensive liability. And that brings us to the first major point. We have to completely reframe how we think about this. This isn't just about feelings or potential heartbreak. No, this is a cold, hard look at your financial health. So here's the absolute key. We have to stop seeing red flags as just emotional problems. Every single one, the constant drama, them ignoring your goals, the subtle manipulation, it all has a price tag. These are real, quantifiable liabilities on your personal balance sheet, and ignoring them is pretty much a guaranteed way to sabotage everything you're working for.
So, why do we do it? I mean, if these red flags are so obviously costly, why do so many smart, driven people walk right into this trap and just stay there? Well, the answer is very deep in our own psychology. It pretty much boils down to this one incredibly powerful human emotion: the fear of being alone. It's so intense that a lot of the time our brains decide that the constant pain of a bad relationship is actually better than the terrifying emptiness of having no relationship at all. And that fear, that's what makes us tolerate behavior we know deep down is completely unacceptable.
And this is exactly how it happens. It's a slow spiral downwards. It starts with just little things, small irritations. Maybe they're a bit too reckless with money, or they kind of brush off your career goals. Then comes the justification. You tell yourself, oh, they're just stressed, or I can help them change. But soon enough, that toxic stuff just becomes normal. And that's when you hit the final stage: erosion. Your savings account starts to shrink, your focus gets shattered, and that independence you worked so hard to build just starts to crumble away. And this right here, this is the absolute core of the trap. It's this vicious little loop of them hurting you, followed by this big, grand promise that they'll change. It preys on your hope, on your desire to fix things, and it keeps you stuck, pouring your time, your energy, and your money into an investment that is guaranteed to fail. So that psychological trap, it always leads to something much more concrete. Let's actually break down the specific ways a toxic partner becomes this silent but totally devastating drain on your resources. You can almost sort these liabilities into a few common types. First, you've got the spendthrift. They live in the now, they want the fancy dinners, the trips, and they completely disregard your long-term financial goals. Then there's the materialist. They value things over people, which means your loyalty is only good until someone with more resources comes along. And maybe the sneakiest one of all is the what's yours is ours partner. Your paycheck is for us, but somehow their money is always just for them. And this just lays it out perfectly. A real partnership multiplies your efforts. You have shared goals, you support each other, there's mutual respect for the journey you're both on. A liability, though, it's a one-way street. Your goals become an inconvenience to them. Their demands never stop, and your resources are just there for the taking. The difference is night and day. But here's the thing you really need to get. The money you can actually see leaving your account, for dinners, gifts, covering their bills, that is only the tip of the iceberg. The fastest, most destructive way they bankrupt you has almost nothing to do with their spending. The real damage is to the assets you can never, ever get back. We're talking about psychological abuse. That whole, if you loved me, you would buy me this line, that's not a request. It's emotional blackmail. It's designed to make you prove your love with your wallet. And then there's gaslighting. This is where they manipulate you so masterfully that you start to question your own sanity. You bring up a valid financial concern and suddenly you're the one who's crazy or insecure. It's a perfect strategy to dodge any and all accountability. And just look at the ripple effect. Dealing with this constant up and down, this emotional volatility, it's exhausting. It completely drains your mental energy. It pulls your focus away from your job, your business, your investments. You literally cannot build wealth when all of your brain power is being used to manage someone else's manufactured chaos. Your single greatest asset, your mind, is being held hostage. So, after breaking down this whole mess, what do we do? Where does this leave us? Let's shift gears from the problem to the solution. It's time to talk about the single most profitable move you will ever make. Let's be crystal clear on this. An unequal relationship, one that takes more than it gives, is a financial liability with compounding negative interest. It's a debt that only gets bigger over time, and it costs you not just money, but your time, your opportunities, and your peace of mind. Point blank, you cannot afford it. And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. In a world obsessed with showing off wealth, the biggest power move you can make is protecting your own value. Learning to set firm boundaries, to say no to things that drain you, and having the strength to walk away from a bad deal, that is the ultimate flex of high-value self-respect. It's you declaring to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that your future is not for sale. So I want to leave you with this question. After everything we've talked about today, what is the one red flag, financial or emotional, that you are going to make a non-negotiable deal breaker from this day on? Trust me, your future self and your future bank account will thank you for it.
By aligning your heart and your finances, you unlock true growth. Subscribe to Wealth and Love Blueprint.